Alright, you gotta check this out.
Where were you on the night of the bubble bath?
The microfilm is in your ticket.
They're watching the north exit. Use the service tunnel.
Now all these videos that you've watched, these are created using AI, specifically using VO3, Google's new AI video generation model. So today, we're going to talk about VO3, what's new with it, and try some experiments on our own to really test out what this new model can do. So I'm Nathan, and let's dive on in. Now, AI generation has come a long way since even a few years ago. You may remember a time when AI videos used to look like this. Now when you compare that to where Google's VO3 is, it's like night and day. The quality is so much higher to the point where it's almost impossible to tell the difference between AI and real life. So there are dozens of different video generation AIs that exist, but what sets VO3 apart from the rest of them? Well, VO3 doesn't offer just video generation. It's also an audio generator as well. So in the clips that you saw with the voices and the background noises, those were generated by VO3. VO3 is also proficient in object permanence, so that's when an object passes behind another object and it sustains its shape, color, all of that. Now, many older video generation models tend to struggle with object permanence. In fact, the typical way we figure out if a video is AI generated is how good it is at object permanence. Now, not to say this model does it perfectly, but it does it a lot better than many other models. In the examples I showed before, you saw as people were coming behind the characters that were in the foreground, the people in the background did not change. As they were walking from left to right behind the characters, their hat, their clothing, they all were consistent. Now VO3 is what I would describe as a screwdriver rather than a multi-tool. By that I mean it's really good at making realistic and 3D animations, however it's incapable of making 2D animation clips. For instance, I tried to create a 2D Curious George animation type clip, but anytime I inputted the prompt to VO3, it kept giving me a 3D animation of a monkey swinging around the city. And though the animation was really good, it's obvious that VO has very specific use cases that you should respect. I should also mention that you're limited to an 8-second long clip, nothing longer, nothing shorter, which in cases where you only have around 5 seconds worth of dialogue, the characters get a little weird. You'll have instances where the characters are having a normal dialogue and then all of a sudden they just kind of like stare at each other like they're almost like ran out of words to say. So if you're looking for a tool that can create 2D animations or anything less than an 8-second long clip, then maybe VO3 is not specifically for you. However, if you're looking for a tool that can create incredibly realistic graphics that are exactly 8 seconds long, then VO3 is probably the best tool on the market for this. Now I've been testing VO3 for a while now, and let me show you what I created up.
Welcome back to the kitchen. Today, we're making fresh pasta from scratch. First, make a volcano with your flour.
Yeah, so VO is pretty incredible. I mean, if you show these to anyone who doesn't normally look at AI generated videos, they probably couldn't tell that any of these were created by a model. Now, if you have a lot of experience looking at AI models, there are a few key giveaways, especially in the examples that I've shown, which you could tell that this was AI generated. For this one, it's pretty obvious that this one's AI generated, mainly because a moon just appears out of nowhere, and you can tell the buildings kind of just like start constructing and deconstructing itself while the spaceship also just disappears. And then for the cooking tutorial one, you can see the guy basically pull an egg out of the flour and then crack it, and then as soon as he's done cracking it, a spoon appears in his hand out of nowhere. I will say though, the fact that the AI knew how to make pasta is also pretty incredible. The fact that you put an egg within a flour and then mix it up in a funnel, that's a typical pasta making method. So it's pretty incredible that it knew how to do that. Now, if you closely look at the other videos, you'll find mistakes here and there, but I think we should rather focus on where AI generation is now to compare to where it was a few years back. Because video generation a few years back is nothing compared to what it is now. And I feel like this is a testament to see how far we can go with video generation. But with that, thank you so much for watching. If you have any more questions about VO3, leave it down in the comments and give us some more suggestions of things we should check out. I'll see ya.